Welcome back to Crazy Ball TV. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of LFC Vibes. Please share, subscribe, like, notification bell for notification purposes. And of course, please leave a comment or two whether you agree or disagree. This is LFC Vibes, all things LFC. So we're just going to chop it up and see what's going on. What's going on is nothing much. Liverpool right now is in no man's land right now where we don't know where we're going. We don't know where we're coming. I mean, owners have left us in limbo. Klopp is stressed. He even doesn't know where the direction is because he can't figure out what's going on with his team. And it's sad because the man built the team from the ground up. And especially, we might hit up on the situation with the Man City thing that just got hit up, I think, yesterday. And that even makes you appreciate Klopp even more. And now you FSG outers people, do you appreciate the owners more because of how they have handled things? They could have done all that foolishness that people say, spend more money, spend 100 million of your own money. That's a rabbit hole that if you are not careful, you might not be able to come out of. And LFC have challenged City for the past 5-6 years to keep EPL relevant. Otherwise, it would have become a farmers league. And that you have to give credit to the owners. You have to give a lot of credit to Klopp. And you have to give credit to the backroom staff that we don't know about. Some people like Edwards, Julian Brandt, and the scouts, all these people, even the canteen league. Everything was done. The model was perfectly executed. That's why we were always on top, 1-2, except that year. Even that year that we came in third, we were so close. We were closer to Man U than Man U was closer to Citeh. I haven't looked at that table in a long time, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we are very close. We were closer to Man U than they were closer to Citeh. And right now, all we want is Klopp with the team he has right now is for him to change. The stubbornness of playing the same thing, playing players out of position, playing this high line, have VVD and Konate running up and down, chasing a bunch of fast-paced strikers who haven't played the amount of game that we have played. And these injuries keep coming up. This overtraining them during when we don't have a game or during training sessions. That has to be, they need to reevaluate that and change for the rest of the season. And then during the summer, when the season is over, reevaluate things on how we're going to progress forward. Because at least by then we will know where the club is going in terms of ownership, and Klopp will know how much investment he's getting, and he'll be able to assess and decide, okay, this is where Liverpool is going to be when it comes to the pitch. Because right now, trying to play yourself out of this situation right now is just going to create more confusion, more injuries, and more chaos. A lot of the fans, slowly but surely, are starting to fizzle out of the love for Klopp. And you have to understand why. Because we've been told certain things, especially from the manager, and then when the team shows up, totally something different happened. Now we hear rumors about, infighting between Klopp and his management. And there's so many rumors. A lot of them are just rumors. People are just trying to force themselves to put pieces together to create something. And it could be nothing. It just could be we dropped the ball. The owners dropped the ball, the manager dropped the ball, and we didn't plan beyond what the actual module was. We're going to keep winning with the same team. And then after a while, it's like, whoa, we can't do this thing of always, if we don't get Konate this year, we're going to wait for him next year. I said this last year, you can't do that, because the more you do it, the more injuries pile up, and you don't have enough personnel. You want to play a certain style of play, and you don't have the players to do that. And that's where we are in right now. So as much as I am frustrated with Klopp, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep getting frustrated during the rest of the season because our boys are not playing well, I have to also give him credit for what he has done. But what he has done is not helping us right now. That's where the frustration is. When all said and done, the man is a legend. He will probably get a statue at Anfield or at the training center. But right now, as long as he says he still has the energy, he still has the the love and passion to keep coaching. We just want him to change. Just, he can do it. The thing is, we've seen him do it. He has done it with Mainz. He has done it with Dortmund. He did it with Liverpool. He can do it. The thing that is frustrating is like people are thinking he's saying something and something else is happening. And that's the frustration part. He's giving a lot of people the Arsene Wenger vibe, which he did for 10 years. 10 years he was a great manager. And the second 10 years, whatever he says and whatever he's doing is totally, totally different. And the thing is, Liverpool fans are not going to allow that to happen where Klopp, for the rest of his contract, going to be doing what he's doing now. No. That the LFC fans will not allow that. So he needs to understand that. As much as he admires Wenger, we are not in those days anymore. And yes, there are new managers coming in, new tactical play. I mean, everybody has it. It's this. At the end of the day, it's still the same football. So he needs to understand that a lot of people have steadied him. He's been a great manager for a long time and he's been steadied. So everything he's doing has been steadied and people are trying to figure out and pick holes on what he's doing. So he has to understand that and say, okay, maybe it's time for me to change. Yes, you can't just do a drastic change, but you could momentarily change, especially now that you don't have the personnel, especially the players don't have the energy. They can't press, the midfield can track back. You have to change and go back to the basics. Nobody will fall to. As a matter of fact, everybody will be saying, this is a guy with a master plan, a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, the same thing is going to happen. And now, I would like to talk a little more about the Citeh thing that's going on. All we know is they've been charged for breaching the FFP, 100 different charges. From what we're hearing, there could be even more. Now, what is the EPL is going to do? Because this time, the EPL brand is on the line. If they fuffle this, it's over. Nobody's going to respect him ever again. UEFA could not do anything with Citeh because Citeh had these $1 million lawyers that made sure they, ran interference so that the UEFA investigation missed the deadline. So when they went to court and they came up with the punishment, Court of Arbitration turned it down because UEFA didn't have enough evidence to sustain their charges. EPL, on the other hand, has been investigating them for 4 years straight. The fact that you have come out and tell people that this is how many charges they've been charged for, better be that you have done your due diligence because these guys are going to be coming with their lawyer. They got money to pay any lawyer on the planet to make sure that they don't get in trouble. And if you just find them, I don't care if it's £1 billion, that does not show sign of strength. That's just saying you just showing up thinking, let people think that, oh, we did something. No. At this point, there's relegation, there's expulsion, strips of championship, as much as it's not fair for the players and the manager. However, because they cheated, they were able to get those players plus the manager. That is the situation. That is what needs to be talked about. Not, because LFC fans are saying we need our championship, Stephen G needs to get his trophy, blah, blah, blah. No, the thing is, the reason why they were so good is because they cheated in their books, created fake companies, dummy companies, online businesses that never existed. Because they did that, they were able to pump a lot of money into their account. And this year, when it came out that they made more money than every team on the planet, raised a lot of eyebrows. We're like, okay, this is not right. Yes, Madrid, but Madrid has been losing a lot of money because they've been spending more money building their new stadium. So even if somebody makes more money than Madrid, I don't really trip. Liverpool, we're very close. So now do we need to investigate Liverpool and say, how did you make so much money? We jumped over Manchester United. You know how hard it is. Manchester, Barcelona, and Madrid have always been the three teams that be fighting amongst each other in terms of marketing powers. Bayern will come close. Liverpool leapfrog all of them, except with City and Madrid. Should we be investigated? So with that part, I always don't push too much. But the thing is, bro, you haven't won any Champions League. You've been to the finals one time. How did you make all this money? That's the question. So with investigation, they're saying that these dummy corporations, these dummy sponsorship is money coming from their own coffers, and they just funnel it. Because they did that, they were able to buy all these great players, pay them high salary. So that's cheating. Because if they had not done that, they won't be buying all these players. They probably would have never gotten Pep or even Mancini or anybody. And then there's also the situation with Mancini where they reported that they paid him X amount of money, but they found out later that they paid him way more money than that. And it wasn't just Mancini. There's also a few other people in the Citeh group that were doing that. So if that's happened, actually that one you could go to jail because taxman needs his money and he does you basically evading taxes because your books are saying and your tax report is saying you've been paid $10, but actually you're making 20. You've been paid under the table. So that's illegal. So with that, we see the situation is you cheated to buy all these players to build this great team that you have. If you didn't cheat, you would have never gotten this. And FFP rules was broken. So if that's the case, then the title needs to be stripped. Or you could just deduct points for all those seasons and see what happens. Because if you deduct 15 points and Manchester United came in second, they were, 12 or 10 points behind them, then the trophy needs to go to Manchester United. It needs to be retrospectively given to Manchester United. And with me, I am no shame in my game. If they do that and they give the trophy to Liverpool, congratulations. Give it to Man U, congratulations. Chelsea, congratulations. The EPL has to do something. They could not let this thing slide. If they let it slide, no league or anybody ever going to respect them again. The EPL teams will be like, okay, now we're not going to listen to any things that you guys say anymore. Just cut us our check at the end of the season and give us the money that the broadcaster paid to you. This is the part where I say we have to appreciate Klopp, especially Klopp. We have to appreciate him with what he did. And then we also have to appreciate the owners for doing the right thing because they can't afford this obscene amount of money being pumped into the league and they don't want to spend their own money. That's why they sell it. And I think it's time for them to sell. And hopefully the next person who's coming in will be able to lead by example. Spend some money, but lead by example. We do not need no City staff around Liverpool because Liverpool and Manchester United are the two most historical teams in England. If they go down because of some crap like City did, it's going to affect the EPL. It's going to affect the whole entire table. Yeah, for the fans, it'll be fun, but for the league, it's going to affect them because that will probably be the time where the EPL bubble is busting. So this is a very important situation. I hope the EPL will do the right thing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back on Thursday for the EPL preview. Of course, Liverpool has a little case of derby coming up on next Monday. So we need a W, people. We need a W. And I hope that's what we get. VVD and Firmino and I believe Jota might be back in training, I think starting tomorrow. So hopefully everything will go well and they will be in contention for the derby. Anyway, guys, please don't forget, share, subscribe, and like, notification bell, comment if you agree or disagree. All right. Thank you so much. Kwesi Bold, Archie. Peace.